Hello, thanks for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. And now, today, we are going to talk about the Incredible Hulk. First up, the plot. It's good. I love how it starts super fast. It just goes with it. It just puts you right into the action with him running away, and then the action scenes and him going to Mr. Blue. It gets it all out the way, but kind of too fast in this way, because then you get overdrawn action scenes and runaway scenes. That's kind of gets a little boring. I wouldn't say it goes up to today's standards of the MCU, but I think for the beginning, it's actually pretty good. So yeah, the plot is decent. Things I like about the movie. The whole beginning part of him trying to keep control by watching the Muppets and having a man slap him in the face. That was just really funny to me. Then the Stan Lee cameo was pretty good, and I'll talk about that more later. I also like the fight scenes. They were really cool, but like I said earlier, sometimes they can drag out a lot. But for the most part, they're really cool. It sets up more in the MCU, which, again, we'll talk about later. I love the Purple Pants reference and the other comic book references, like when he did the Hulk clap in the Hulk smash. Okay. I also like the Mr. Blue was cool. I will talk about him later, of course. No. The CGI is meh. I'll talk about that later, just like the other ones, but I actually will. There's better arcs they could have done with the Hulk, yeah. But I will talk about what I want them to do with the Hulk in the future. And I'll talk about that later. I don't like how the Hulk doesn't look like old Ed Norton, like how the Hulk in the future of the MCU will look like Mark Russell. Yes. And then some fight scenes are boring. I already talked about that enough. So first off, the CGI for the Hulk. I already talked about how I don't like how he doesn't look like Edward Norton, and I know in 2008 the CGI capabilities were limited, but I feel like there could be other ways to make it look good that wasn't heavily CGI based, but that's alright, I guess. Then we have the Abomination, which just looks like a ripped, buff, bald dude. But wait. The reason why they didn't give him like the gills, the ears and stuff was because they said the Hulk would just bite them off, which makes no sense. Of course, now we got the better design in She-Hulk. Then this is the design in Shang-Chi, actually, with the gills, ears, and everything. Just looks amazing. It's the same design in She-Hulk than it is in Shang-Chi, but it's just the CGI makes it look not as impressive. Now this is the wasted potential of Betty Ross. Betty is usually the love interest for Hulk, and she was, but then Black Widow stole her place. So here's my pitch. They bring her back as the Red She-Hulk, or whatever her name is, in the Thunderbolts or Captain America New World Order. Which would be good, because it would explain why the Thunderbolt is called the Thunderbolts, and since they can't do Ross because the actor died, then do Betty. Yeah. Perfect. The leader's future in the MCU. So we know the leader will be the villain in Captain America New World Order, but I'm hoping we see him in the Thunderbolts a little and maybe in She-Hulk with the Intelligente or whatever. And maybe it would be cool to see him and MODOK like meet in the MCU, which would be super cool. Because we know MODOK is going to be in Ant-Man in the Wasp Quantumania, so that would be awesome. And then, was the Stan Lee cameo originally supposed to be for something else? Because they made a big deal and dramatized the blood going in the bottle in the factory, so it feels like they were going to be something bigger, but it just didn't come to fruition. So, I don't know, I guess we'll never know, but something to think about. What I want for the future of the Hulk. I want a Planet Hulk movie where that takes place on Sakaar and has the son of and has his son Scar, but he gets for whatever reason Hulk gets so angry where he's stuck as the Hulk, and maybe somebody like Thor or Bully Bill has to come and kill kill the Hulk, which kills Bruce Banner, which might be too much for Disney Plus, but it would be a really good send-off for Bruce Banner, the Hulk, the OG Avenger. Now let's talk about Blonsky, the Abomination himself. There is still one more episode of She-Hulk left, but so far it seems like he's on the path to redemption with his resort. This could totally be wrong after next Thursday, but we'll see if he turns back into a villain, turns into a hero, or stays neutral. I think that he has a plan to do something. Maybe not behind the whole She-Hulk Intelligente thing, but we'll see. Now we have the evolution of Hulk. We have Edward Norton's Hulk, very ugly, very bad, poo-poo, caca. Then we have Mark Ruffalo in Avengers, where he looks way better, but still very, you can tell it's CGI. But still, it's good. Like, by no way it's bad. And then, Age of Ultron, he looks so realistic compared to the others. And then, of course, Endgame, we have Smart Hulk form, which I would say actually looks good, but it's very sad that they had to go to that route because they just didn't know how to write Hulk, so they chose to make him Smart Hulk, which hopefully gets undone at some point. And then She-Hulk is the same design, just since the CGI isn't that good, it's a little less quality, but it's fine. This is what they could have done better. Give Hulk his own arc that's not Banner. Now, maybe they couldn't do it because this was just one movie. But they could have if they made sequels, but they couldn't because Warner Bros. Is greedy. And look, they had 70 minutes of deleted footage. They could have added more story elements in there to help with some of the action scenes being too drawn out. And lastly, rest in peace to William Hurt, another great person who lost to cancer.